Right, let's just get up to date with a quick daily video regarding where we are and where we're up to date with this now. We've had quite a move here. As you can remember, we were talking about this particular area this morning and the fact that we needed to see which way we were actually going to go because we had a little bit of a battle. Well, I'm going to just move to the 5 minutes and show you what happened here. Here we had our first potential trade, okay, because if you take a look at this, we had a move above this particular line that we drew in this morning. We had a counter trend line and we had a full body candle here above the actual trend line break. But in my mind, it's really not a very good trade for the pure and simple fact that if we'd have taken this as our A, B swing, so this would have been our A point right here. This would have been our A. This would have been our B point right here. So you've had A, B, retrace at 38.2, potential extension 1.618. But remember, I always pull out at the midpoint anyway, so we'd have had payday. But on this one, we'd have entered at this particular candle right here, this one right here that I'm over right now. So we'd have had a potential stop loss of over 40 pips for a gain of only 23. So equity management did not pay off on that one. Then we had this particular break line right here. And now again, once again, we had a full body candle break above that, but let's just put these A-B swings in. So this would have been your A, this would have been your B, and let's draw in the swing again. Here we go. So what did we get? This was the full body, so you'd have opened on this particular candle right here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more here. You would have opened on this particular candle here. Now this would have been a stop loss once again of around about 33-34 pips with a potential, the 1.618 area, mid of around about 24. So once again, equity management didn't allow you to take that trade. Then what happens? Now have a look. It breaks this particular trend line right here. I'm just going to take this one off for the second. And it breaks this trend line right here. And what does it do? It comes to kiss the back end. It tests the back of the trend line. So we get a reversal of this now. So this becomes the B. This becomes the A. We can now draw this because we've now got a lower low. So we can draw that particular trend line and extend that. Let's put that on. So we draw the Fibonacci on here. What do we get? Here we go. It retraces to the back of the trend line. You could have opened on the open of this next candle, which would have given you a stop of around about 30 pips for a potential of about 36 pips. That was a great trade, unfortunately. I wasn't around for that trade, and just look how it has continued to fall. So simple. If you're just a little bit patient, if you are patient and you can hold on for these trades, you can do extremely well. Because that was an excellent trade. You can see exactly what happens. And just let me draw it in for you. I don't know how many times we go on and on and on about this. What we did was we took out this low. There's your low point. You took out the trend line. So what do we have? We had a potential crown setup. It came back to test the back, and there we go. That's your crown setup. Left tip, center tip, right tip at the back of the trend line, testing the back of the trend line. What a great trade that was. Such a simple trade to follow. Now we're making lower lows and lower highs, so I'm going to draw in this inner trend line. Let's draw this one here. Look, we had a break of this. Take this off. We had a full body candle below it, but unfortunately, once again, not a trade, not really a trade. Here, if we draw this particular one in right here, let's have a look. Too far, really. It's gone too much, I think, really. So your next possible trade is going to be this particular trade right here, where we've got a potential break of the trend line. So this is your next potential trade. Where's our AB? Well, our AB is... Oops-a-daisy, this is our A, this is our A point, this is our B low. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of this for a little while because I'm not, just make it a little bit easier to see. This is our B low. So you got A, B, but look where we are now. Once again, folks, Told you today, you're breaking in the trend line. This is the inner trend line. What happens if you're breaking in the trend line? You generally go to the outer trend line. All simple, just simple rules, folks. You should follow this and you will make pips. Now what we've got to do is we've just got to now watch what's going to happen here. It's going to do one or two things here. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's going to do one or two things. Okay, what it could potentially do is now break this and continue down towards that trend line. If, oops, daisies, go down towards that particular trend line. So let's pull this off. So this could quite easily break this now, quite easily, come through here, full body candle below, break the hit the trend line and bounce off that trend line, and then retrace to test it, and then off we go back up towards this area. That's a potential, but what would you do? How would you know it's going to do that? Simple. You're going to get a crown formation, a potential crown formation. This is your A high. If this is your A high, what it's going to do then, this is going to be your left tip right here. This is going to be a center tip. It's going to take out this trend line, take out this high, retrace to the back of the trend line to find your right tip, and off it goes. Left tip, center tip, right tip, and off you go. What a great trade if that happens. If that setup happens, folks, great trade. You can trade it up towards this particular trend line right here. Okay, so that's a potential. Let's take a quick look at the 1 hour. Now here we are on this, look, we're on the 1 hour. You've got this downtrend line. So this is going to potentially, we've just taken out these lows, so we've got a potential retrace up to this area, which would be left tip, right tip. There we go, broken. This particular low. It's all the same, folks. You just apply it to each particular time frame. So let's have a closer look at what we've done here. So you've broken the trend line, you've broken the low. Let's take a look at the low point. This is your low point. Look at this. Low point. Low point. So what could we do? We could retrace. This could be a left tip. This could be your left tip. This could be a potential left tip. This is your center tip right here. So what is it going to do? Well, it's potentially going to, just let me zoom out, it's potentially now going to retrace, find your right tip, and then break for the possible short. This being your potential right tip area, this is your center tip. So when we're saying it could retrace now up to this area right here, that's working out on the 5 minute. If it breaks this trend line and gives us a bull crown, that is telling us that this 1 hour is possibly retracing, looking for the right tip on the 1 hour. Okay, I'll leave you with it. Thank you, folks.